Hello, welcome to the live. Oh, it says orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Oh, hold on. Let me turn the camera. There we go. How are you guys? Happy May for Monday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you coming in. Don't forget to hit the like button when you come in here. Get in here. I'll wait for you guys. Hope you're having a great Memorial Day. Hope you had a great Sunday. Yep. I see you. Get on in here. What it do? Don't sneak in here and don't say, "Hey, yes." Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I am Aretha, and welcome to another Made for Monday. So this month, all month long, this is the month of what? May, soon to be June. A lot of people are about to be out for the summer. The kids are getting out. So we've been talking about putting our hands to work and keeping our hearts with God. And so we've talked about what for the first week we talked about who are we serving? That's in week 1 of this month of May. Who are we serving? Who are we serving? Oh, sorry. Let me yeah, that was it. That was week 1. Who are we serving? And in week 2, is our heart okay? And then here we are, week 3, serving, but is it breaking or building? So we've been going deeper by each month, each week, we've been going deeper and deeper into serving. I know that question may feel a little uncomfortable, but what is serving doing to you? It's one thing to be serving, but what is serving doing to you? Because we talk about serving others. We don't have a problem with talking about serving, but we don't always talk about what serving does to us, what it does to us on the inside. Is it building you up or is it breaking you down? Is it shaping your heart or is it making you bitter? I'm just asking because sometimes I ask myself those same questions. Because I can be so busy serving. For example, this Sunday, I wasn't even in service Sunday because I was in serving in the preschool ministry, and a former teacher as as what I used to be in my profession, 17 years of teaching early childhood education. Boy, I tell you, I was busy over there with those little ones. They had you up and down, moving all around. And I wasn't getting bitter or frustrated, but I did find myself asking the director at the end, when I serve, I know it's only once a month, but I asked her at the end, am I going to be over here with the with these 5-year olds, or am I going to go in the nursery with the little babies so I can hold them and, don't do too much? And she was like, "Oh, Aretha, you're doing well. You're mature and you're helping out." And I'm like, "Oh my Lord." And in that moment, that made me think, what was serving doing to me? It wasn't making me bitter. I was actually exhausted. Although the kids were beautiful, I loved them, but they require a lot. So when we're serving, we can extend ourselves and it'll stretch us, and sometimes we'll get frustrated. And I said that last week. Sometimes we'll get frustrated. Sometimes we'll get bitter. And it's just an honest question I wanted to ask, because I wanted to be clear. I'm not the only one that feels this way. So serving is just not about you giving what you give to others. Let's be clear about that. It's not about what you give. It's about what God is doing while you are serving. Because sometimes, like I said, serving will stretch you. Like yesterday, I was huffing and puffing and up and down. I was happy about it. I was excited, and I was tired at the same time too. And in the back of my mind, I'm going, mm-mm. I don't want to be over here in preschool. So and that's another thing too. Because God calls us to serve, but we can ask him, what is it that he will have us do? Do we even stop and ask God those questions? Like, Lord, what would you have me to do? Where do you see I will be of most help or beneficial to others, you know? Because as I said, some serving it stretches you. And guess what? It can expose you being impatient too. Because sometimes it shows when you're serving, it can show you to be very strong, and it also can show you where you're weak and where you need to grow. So yeah, sometimes we need some healing in areas. So because I hadn't dealt with children in a long time, I felt myself being stretched just on yesterday. Even though I'm built for it, I could do it. I did it for 17 years, but I've been out of practice for so long. And I know once I get back in the groove of it, and it's only once a month, and I know that I will do fine. But boy, I was like, "Woo, I don't know how patient I can be with these little kids." Not that I'm gonna like say anything weird or mistreat anyone. No, 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 not that at all. I just get to the part in my a part. I'm getting to a part in my life where I I really want God to use me in the area where He wants me, not what I want to do. I want God to work on my heart while I'm serving. And what does and that's why I hold on to 1 Peter 4:10. If each of you should use whatever gift you receive to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace. Okay? Each of us should use whatever gift we have received to serve others as faithful stewards, but not when we're tired, not when we're bitter, not when we're impatient, not when we're frustrated, and not when we're stretched so thin that we don't have anything in us to serve. We want to be serving from a good place, a good posture, not just when it's convenient. You feel me? You understand what I mean? Not just when it's convenient, not just when it feels good, but use what you've been given. So, and that brings me to another thing that I've been thinking about a lot as well. I have been thinking about that. Is our gift helping others or is it hindering? Because we can be using our gifts and our talents to serve and help. I mean, to serve, but is it helping or hindering? That's something I may talk about a little more on this channel, is talk about that. Are my gifts helping or are my gifts hindering when I'm serving? Now, I like to be honest with myself, and I also would want you guys to be honest. Serving has stretched me. It has, and it it stretched you? Because even while serving, I do a lot in my job at the church. I do a lot because even when I left children's ministry on yesterday, I still went over to my regular area where I serve to make sure that things were going smoothly. And and when I got home, I could tell I was busy doing a lot because my body was tired. So if it does stretch you, that's human. That's human for you to get tired, and but you don't want to get frustrated or bitter when you're serving. So that's the thing that we're talking about all this month, letting our hearts continue to stay with God while He's allowing us, because it's a privilege, to be honest. It's a privilege and it's an honor to serve, because just yesterday it made me think. We do a nation's prayer every Sunday, and we were praying for the island of Cocos Keelan Island, and I learned something, that the population of there is under 600 people in such a remote place. Can you believe that God's people are even in a remote place such as Cocos Island? So when we're here, we have all these amenities, we have all of these privileges. It's an honor to be able to serve, and it's an honor to and speaking of serving, Happy Memorial Day to those of you who are serving right now, and those who have served. We do appreciate your service because today is Memorial Day. So yeah, it's so when you're stretched and you feel like you're frustrated, take a pause and check in with yourself. Make sure that your heart is with God. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because that is so, so important. And don't run from the stretch because that's not where your growth is. You heard me? Don't run from it. Don't run from it. If you're being stretched, stay in there. 10 toes down. Keep going. Because your growth is coming. You're growing when you're being stretched. Now, let me take a little sip of my coffee. And I did say I hope you guys had a good weekend. So here's what I want you to understand. God is not just using our hands. No. He's using this right here, our hearts. He's working on this. So even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels like it's just too much, like you just can't take it, that's not failure, that's formation. God is forming and shaping you. And in the middle of all those things that stretch you, or in the middle of serving, and in the middle of becoming, just remember who you are. Still faithful, okay? You're still faithful. And I've been telling you guys, it's not about what I wear. And you see me wear these t-shirts like this one, made for the M for M, made for Monday, or you've seen me wear the Still Faithful t-shirts. It's not about what I wear because it's bigger. I've said that so many times. It's bigger than that. But if you do want something to remind you, you can go to our website at Joel S. Tees and grab one of our tees, okay? Still Faithful, all right? Because it's just a reminder of what God is doing with us. He's growing us, okay? So as we close this live, I want you to go into this week. Go into this week still faithful. Don't fight the stretch. Don't resist the process, okay? Just keep your hands working and your heart with God, okay? And all things will be just fine. And even when you don't think they're going to be fine, they will. It seems to always work out, okay? Because no matter what you do, stay still faithful, okay? Still faithful. All right. So thank you for joining this live. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and meet us back here every single Monday for Made for Mondays with me, Aretha, on this channel, Joel Sees, and we will see you in the next video, okay? All right, leave a comment. All right, love you guys. Thanks for sharing. Talk to you later. Bye bye. Have a good one. Have a good one.